Hey guys, welcome back in CodeSphere. So this is part 2 of social media app using Firebase. So guys, today in this part we will code Java part, and for this what we have to do is, first of all, we have to go in Firebase console. So here you can see that this is authentication, and today in this part we will successfully log in from we will do login in our app. So for this you have to come here in this website of Firebase, and then guys you have to simply click on this button setup sign in method, and then you can see we came on this window. So here you have to implement this email authentication. So click on this pencil, then enable it, and then save. Fine guys. So after enabling this email password authentication, go back in Android Studio and it's time to code something. Fine. So yes, let me close it, and then I will open this. So you can see that this is our app, social media app, and this is app. Now it is empty. So we have created layout file in previous part. Today in this part we will code Java part. Fine guys. So first of all, what here you have to do is simply come on this login activity, and I will change the ID of the sign up button. Fine. So here I will, what I will write is login underscore to underscore sign up. Fine. So that is how we can recognize. Then again, go in register activity, and here click on this login button, and I will give it ID sign up underscore to underscore login. So why I'm doing this, because so we can understand that it is the ID for going sign up to login and login to sign up. Same. Fine guys. Then after this, simply close this, go back in register activity. So first of all guys, we will code register activity, and for this what we have to do is simply click on this, not on this. So click on this tools, and then Firebase, or the shortest way is uh, I have copied two dependencies from Firebase documentation. You can copy it from here. That is can copy it from there. That is very easy. This is two dependency for Firebase auth and Firebase core. Fine guys. So here you have to paste it in this Gradle build, and then after this you have to simply click on this button sync now. But before this, let me show you that what it is saying. That it is saying that a new version of Google Firebase Analytics, than 17.2.2. So its updated version is available. So let me update this one also, so it will be better. So simply after this, click on the button sync now. So now you can see that our Gradle sync is in progress, and yes, now it is done. So close this Firebase Gradle build, and then we have to come back in this register activity, and guys now we will declare variables for edit text. So simply write edit text, that will be password, email, et, then password, et, and then confirm password et, because it is for registration. So we have three edit text here, and then button, we have button for register underscore btn, and login underscore btn semicolon. Then we have a checkbox, so checkbox, and we have a progress bar, so progress bar, progress bar, done. And after this you have to write Firebase auth, auth semicolon, and I think now we have declared for everyone. So after this we have to give reference. So what here we will do is we will give reference. Fine. So write email et equals to find view by id, dot id dot login email et, and then password et equals to find view by id, dot id dot password login password. This is register activity, so why I'm giving login? So here I have to give register email et. Fine. And then register password et semicolon, and then confirm password equals to find view by id, dot id dot confirm password et semicolon, then register button. So when the user will click on the button, so we will do registration. So simply write r.id dot register button register semicolon, and then for login button equals to find view by id r.id dot button login semicolon. Then for checkbox equals to find view by id r.id dot register checkbox. So that is why guys I have given the id. So login button we will go from sign up to login. That's why I have changed the id. So make sure you have given the right ids, because wrong id will cause runtime exception, means runtime crashing, and that is very bad and I don't want it. That is why I don't want any error. So that is why I have given this register in all the ids, so we can easily recognize that it is id for register or login. Equals to find view by id r.id dot. And yes guys, this app is going to be a complete social media app. So in future we will have a lot of activities and classes. So make sure that you give the IDs correctly, because keeping them in mind is a little bit difficult. So after this guys, we will handle checkbox. So simply write checkbox dot, we will use set on check change listener, then new, then on check change listener, done. So here you can see that we have this bill boolean, and it is b. So if it is not checked, so what we will do is we will write password et dot set transformation method, and that will be hide returns transformation dot get instance. And then you have to do same thing with confirm password dot set transformation method dot hide transformation method dot get instance. Fine guys, and then you have to come here else part, and in this else part you have to copy these two lines from here and control plus C, and then guys you have to simply click on, you have to paste that here. But this time we have to remove this hide password hide returns password transformation. So guys, after this here we will write password transformation method instead of this hide returns password method. Fine guys, so simply write it password transformation method. Fine, so here you can see that now we are complete with this checkbox. So after this we will work with register button dot set on click listener method. So simply write set on click listener method, then new on click listener method. So guys, we use view on click listener method whenever we use buttons and we want to perform some action when the button is clicked. So here first of all we have to get the string, it means we have to get the email. So simply write email et dot get text dot to string semicolon, and again that will be for password equals to password et equals to oops dot get text dot to string semicolon, then again string confirm password confirm underscore password equals to confirm pass dot get text dot to string semicolon. Fine guys, so now we have the three strings, so we will check that if text utils not is empty. So first of all we will pass email, then again the same process, this time I will copy these lines from here, control plus C, and then I will paste it here, then again I will paste it here, and this will be for confirm password confirm pass, and word, yes. So that will be for password, so here we will pass the password. So if it is not null, so what we will do else. So here guys, what we are going to do is again we will check that if our password and confirm password field is matching or not. Fine, so here we can show a toast message that please fill all fields. Yes. So we will check that if password dot equals to confirm password, and if it is equals, then we will proceed, else we will show a toast message, that toast message password and confirm password is not matching. Password and confirm password is not matching. Fine. So what if our password and confirm password is matching? So we will make the progress bar visible. First thing, progress bar dot set visibility, that will be visible. Fine. And then we will simply use mauth dot sign in with email and password. But here we are doing registration, so we have to use create user with email and authentication. So first thing we will pass, first parameter will be email, second one will be password. Fine. Then add on complete listener, then new, then on complete listener, and then semicolon. So if task is successful, then we will send user to main, send to main, and that is a method we will create in few seconds. And if the task is not successful, so what we will do is we will get the error message. So simply write string error equals to task dot get exception dot get message, and then we will show a toast message that there is some error. So how can we do it is we will show this toast message, and it's time to create this method. So guys, after this, simply click on this red bulb, and it will create the method, create method, and register activity. Done. So here we will simply create intent equals to new intent find view by id, oops, new intent, and that will be register activity dot this to, we will send user to main activity dot class, then semicolon start activity intent, and then finish. Fine guys. So after this, here one thing that we have to do is we have to use onStart method. And guys, when our toast message progress bar dot set visibility invisible, and also when it is successful progress bar dot set visibility invisible. Fine guys. So after this, what here we have to do is inside this onStart method we will check that if user exists or not. So if user exists, so we will go to main activity, and if the user does not exist, then we will send user to login, I mean create activity. Fine. So before this, simply click on this, we will implement login button dot set on listener method. So this is login button, and here what we will do is that when the user will click on the button login, so we will send to the login page. Fine. So simply write let me copy this intent from here, control plus C, and then I have to paste it here. This time I will write this to login activity. So login activity, login activity. Fine. So when the user will click on the login button, so it will go to the login page. Now it's time to code inside this onStart method. So what we will do is that when the activity will start, so first of all we will check the Firebase user, if the user exists or not. So simply write Firebase user dot Firebase auth dot get instance dot get current user semicolon, and then we will check that if user not equals to null, then send to main. Fine guys. So that is all for register activity, and it's time to go in this login activity. Fine. So here are some codes that we can copy from register activity. So simply copy it from here, control plus C, then go back in login activity, control plus V. Fine. So after this we have to give the reference. So let me remove this extra confirm password, because in login page we have only to add text. Fine. So write email it equals to find view by id r dot id dot email login password semicolon, and password it equals to find view by id r dot id dot login password et, then semicolon, then register button equals to find view by id r dot id dot, and its id is login to register, I mean login to sign up, yes, semicolon, and then login button, so login button equals to find view by id r dot id dot, and that will be button login, semicolon, yes. So after this checkbox equals to find view by id r dot id dot, checkbox login, then semicolon, and then again for progress bar equals to find view by id r dot, then after this we have to write r dot id dot progress bar login, then semicolon, and then mauth equals to firebase auth dot get instance. Fine guys, so why this mauth is showing, because we have added the dependency, so you have to add it also. Fine. Then guys, after this here we have to copy checkbox code from this register activity, so simply copy this checkbox codes from here, control plus C, and then go back in login activity and simply paste it here. And then after this I will comment this line, you can also delete it, but commenting is easy. And then guys, again we will do is when the user will click on the register button, so we will send user to the create account. Fine, so simply write intent equals to new intent, and that will be login activity dot this to register activity dot class, semicolon, start activity intent. Fine guys, so after this we will handle login button. So when the login button will be clicked, so what we will do, we will do login. So for this again we need two strings, so let me go back to register activity, and here I would like to copy some codes, yeah, because it is time saving and I just want to make tutorial short and useful, because this series is going to be very long, not very long, I will cover it as soon as I can. As you guys know that I make very easy and simple tutorials, I try to keep things simple as much as I can, and then it depends on you how much practice you do. And then here you have to write email, then again text utils dot is empty, and here we will pass the password. Fine, so after this, so in the else part toast message, please fill all fields, please fill all fields. Fine, then come inside this if, so if the login email and password email is I mean email edit text and password edit text is not empty, so we will make progress bar dot set visibility visible first thing, and then again mauth dot this time we will use sign in with email and password, so simply write sign in with email and password, and first parameter will be email, second one will be password, then add on complete listener, then new, then on complete listener. So after this simply write this semicolon and then check if task dot is successful. So if task is successful, so we will send user to main activity, and if there is any error, so we will handle errors, so simply get the string error message, or we can copy it from here. So we have this codes from here, control plus C, then control plus V, semicolon, and we have to replace this register activity to login activity. Fine guys, so after this it's time to create this method, so click on the button create method. In login activity we have this method, so here we will use intent equals to new intent login activity dot this, so we will send user to main activity dot class, semicolon, start activity, start activity intent and finish. Done, guys. So here you can see that almost our coding part is almost complete. And one thing that again we have to do here is we have to code inside onStart. Done. So onStart, and here again we will do is Firebase user. So we can give user equals to Firebase auth dot get instance dot get current user semicolon, and then again if user equals to null not equals to null, then intent equals to new intent, then login activity dot this. So we send user to main activity dot class semicolon start activity intent. Fine, and then simply write finish. I can give method send to main, but I'm typing. So guys, now our coding part is almost complete, so it's time. So guys, here just before running the app we have to code little bit in main activity.java. So here I will delete this code because that was temporary. And now what here we will do is we have to use or I can say that yes, we have to use a button for signing out, because that is how I can show you the demo for simply button wrap content oops button, and height will be wrap content, and on click log out, then close it, and then text will be sign out, and that is just for demo. That is why I'm not fixing anything. I will just simply create this method and create logout view in main activity. Fine. So guys, what here we have to do is simply declare firebase auth m. We can give auth. Fine. Then for button, no need for button. Yes. So after this, write auth equals to firebase auth dot get instance semicolon, and when the user will click on when I will you click on the button, so we can sign out successfully. Sign out semicolon. Fine. But after this we will use onStart method, and in this activity onStart what we will do is again we will check Firebase user equals to Firebase auth dot get instance dot get current user semicolon, and then again we will do validation that if user equals to null, then what we will do is if the user is not existing in our user segment, so we will send user to the login activity. Yeah, that's all we can do. So simply write new intent equals to main activity dot java dot this and we will send user to login activity dot class, then semicolon, and after this start activity pass intent, then finish. Fine guys, so now it's time to run the app and see is it working or not. So in case guys, if you get any error, then let me know in comment section. I will try to reply in next 24 hours. So as you can see that the Gradle build is syncing, and make sure you have enabled this Firebase signing in method using email and password. Fine guys, you can see that it is now enabled. So let's go back to this user segment, and here we can see that our Gradle build is syncing and my emulator is coming online. Yes, so you can see that the app is installing, and now launching activity. So yes, we successfully came on this app, So guys, you can see that now we are on the login page. So now because we don't have any account, so I have to click on the button sign up, and first of all we will create account, then we will be able to log in. So we came on this activity, so I will give a demo email. Fine. Then after this I will give password, and password will be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Fine. And then after this I will give 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Now when I will click on the button show password, so yes, now you can see that on checked change listener, when I'm checking this box, so it is hiding the password. Fine. So if you want to see password, you have to check this box. Now it's fine. So guys, when I will click on the button sign in, so here you can see that the progress bar is now visible, and now it is still processing. So when we will successfully logged in, then we will go to main activity.java. So guys, in case if we get any error, then let me know in comment section. So you can see that we successfully logged in, and now our app is working absolutely fine. There is no error. So here you can also see this sign out button. So guys, if I will refresh this authentication window, so here we will be able to see the account that we have logged in from. So you can see that abc@gmail.com, date, signed in, and this is user ID. We need this user ID. That's why we are implementing authentication, and it is also good for safety and security of the app. Fine guys. So after this, if I will go back and I will click on the button sign out, so we will successfully log out. So guys, we are logging out, but the problem is that we are not going to login activity, but I think we should go. Yes, so when we will log out, so we have to go to login activity equals to new activity login main activity dot this to login activity dot class. Fine, so when we will log out, so we will go to login activity and we have to pass that intent here. And now when I will run the app, so you can see that the Gradle build is running. So hopefully this time we should not get any error. So yes, it is installing successfully, zero Gradle errors. And this time we will go to login page. Yes, so you can see that now we have created account, so but we have logged out. So this time you can see that the text is not visible. It means that we have not given the text color. So go back in Android Studio, and then here in login activity.java, login activity underscore main.xml file, and here guys simply click on this email, and here we have to give a text color, and that will be Android white. And let me check that we have given it here or not. So text color Android white, and then run the app again, and this time, so now I will give my account by which I have logged in at the rate gmail.com, and then password 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Fine guys, so now you can see that if you want to see, you have to check this box. So after this guys, when I will click on the button login, so here you can see that the progress bar is visible, and when we will successfully log in, so we will go to main activity.java. Fine. And here you can see that the app is working absolutely fine. There is no error. Everything is working pretty fine. So guys, I hope you like this tutorial. So please like this video, subscribe my channel, because in upcoming parts we'll learn a lot of things. Story functionality, you can upload videos like TikTok app, and you can ask questions, you can make friends, unfriend them, privacy, chatting functionality. All these things will be in this tutorial. So make sure to subscribe my channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon so you will never miss any update. Thank you for watching.